Six-figure growth blocks seven-figure success. So the things that we think need to be done, the things that got us to six figures aren't the things that will get us to seven figures. Things that get us to six figures aren't the same things that'll get us to seven figures. So one of the reasons why I had this strong desire to be making seven figures in my business was because I grew up in a family that was very strict. And at a certain point in time, we were on food stamps when my dad was getting his PhD in material science engineering. And we were very frugal. One of the earliest moments I can remember was when I went to this toy store. I really wanted this jigsaw puzzle. And my dad said that we couldn't afford it. And it left such a sinking feeling in me where I felt like I want to be able to buy what I want and not have to worry about the money. Later on, my dad, shy of his 55th birthday, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he ended up having to file for bankruptcy to pay the medical bills. And I remember these things really made such a strong impression on me. I remember thinking to myself that I want to be financially free. I wanted to be able to get the things that I wanted to, and then also not have health be a reason why I would pretty much need to file for bankruptcy. So I decided that I wanted to be financially free. That was my initial desire. And the reason why six-figure success blocks seven-figure. So I ended up growing the first business to seven figures in less than 5 years, and one that ran without me. And then ended up growing the second business, which helps holistic health practitioners with growing their practices to be more fulfilling and have a practice they're proud of. And so with the second business, also to seven figures too. And so with this experience, there are things that I wish I knew earlier on in business growth. I grew my first business, which was a pharmaceutical recruiting business, and I ended up hitting a plateau at $500,000 a year. Although I was really proud of myself for reaching $500,000 a year, I just felt like there was more waiting to be expressed and more people who were meant to be helped by me, and this strong desire to be financially free that drove me to want to make seven figures. When I plateaued, I was working a lot, and I thought, I have this desire to help more people, and I have this desire to be making seven figures, but I can't imagine going on like this. I can't imagine double the responsibility. And this is where what I didn't know back then was that six-figure growth blocks seven-figure success. And the things that get us to six figures aren't necessarily the things that will get us to seven figures. In fact, things will break down at different stages leading up to seven figures. Like the structures that work for you at 250K a year break down when you go to $500,000 a year. The structures that work at $500,000 a year break down when you go to $1 million a year. And those of you who may be going from 100K a year would love to get to 250K a year, you might be feeling that too, that some of the things that you have done well up to this point in time, for you to be able to grow to an efficient and smooth running practice at 250K a year, what you've built up to this point feels like it's breaking down. So have you ever noticed that things get more complicated as you grow? And so part of it is about simplifying as you grow. But how do you simplify? Where should you simplify exactly? Do you have the best approach in place that is a lean approach and that allows you to grow without a lot of overhead? Does it make sense to add people to help you so that you're able to grow without it being just dependent on you seeing more patients or clients yourself? Do you have the right team that will get you to the next level? So at different stages of the practice, like the people you surround yourself with, the people who are helping you at a practice that is a 250K a year practice, sometimes it's not the same people who will get you to seven figures. In fact, you might feel like you've outgrown them. And so do you have the right people on your team, the right seats on the bus also to take you to the next level. Otherwise, it might just feel like a lot of responsibility on your shoulders and you're pulling people through all the time. So that's also another consideration too. Does it make more sense for you to add another stream of income? Because maybe you don't like to be involved with managing people, but then what would that look like exactly? And so part of it is about having the right structures in place that support growth. Like, do you have the right business model for this stage of practice that will take you to the next level of growth or 7 figures? And then also, does it really line up with the vision you have for your business? Because many times when we start a business, our main focus is just, I would love to be busy with seeing patients. I would love to be busy with clients. And we may not really think ahead, that far ahead, as far as what our bigger vision is. So what now lines up with the vision that you have? What is it that aligns for you, which is also in alignment with your desire lifestyle wise too? So that way it's not like where your spouse or significant other is saying you're home late or that you're not seeing your kids, and then a part of you feels guilty, you're not seeing them enough. Or maybe if you're single, you're working a lot, right? And you would love to have more time for yourself, more free time for yourself and back into your life. So usually the stages of 100K, 250, 500, and a million, like these are different stages that are helpful to have help with crossing. And then also having a big vision that you just feel really inspired towards, and that where, it's not like we're so busy in the day to day, we don't really get to be in touch with our big vision. When our clients work with us, that's one thing they often say. It's like, wow, I either never really thought about this in this way before, or that they have, but like we were able to really amplify it and juice it up to exponentially to where they never thought was even possible. And when you have a big vision that really inspires you, when you have the right structures that support growth from the different stages in practice towards 7 figures, then you will notice yourself getting closer to 7 figures without feeling like you are having to try hard, and also have more ease and flow in your practice too. So with that, if you would love help with accelerating growth to 7 figures, feel free to message me or comment below. And I'm more than happy to see how we could help you. Or you could go to introvertedvisionary.com and book a free chat, and look forward to seeing how we could help you with accelerating growth to multiple 6 and 7 figures, and have a practice that's super fulfilling, that you're really proud of in this next level of growth.